Hey guys, it's Brian. I am here to basically tell you about roommate etiquette and advice on how to deal with roommates in college. So, let's get started.
Last night was a thriller, was a killer, was a damn good time.
Alright, so the first thing that I want to talk about is defining clean. Your definition of clean and your roommate's definition of clean might be complete opposites, and more often than not, that's just going to lead to A, awkward moments, and B, annoyance. So one of the things that you want to do is establish what needs to be clean and what doesn't need as much attention, I guess. Alright, the second thing I want to talk about is... I forgot. The second thing I wanted to talk about is sleep. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but sleep can be one of the main reasons why you get mad at your roommate and you feel like throwing them out the window. If you're a morning person, you're probably going to have 8 a.m. classes, 9 a.m. classes, and if you love your sleep, you know that you have to value every single minute of it. So whenever your roommate comes in and they start banging on their furniture, playing around with their keys, and basically blasting music, you obviously have to address that before you throw them out the window. So one of the things that you do have to establish with your roommate is sleeping schedules, and basically telling them that, hey, if I have an 8 a.m. class or a 9 a.m. class, don't make noise whenever you come in late at night, because I don't want to hear you, I don't want to see you, I just want to sleep. So one of the things that you might tell your roommate is basically, hey, you don't have to go to sleep, but just shut the hell up, okay? But they do have to be quiet and respect your sleeping schedule just as well as they'd like you to respect their sleeping schedule. Same thing goes for you. If you have a morning class and your roommate's sleeping, just as much as you want them to respect your sleeping schedule, you should also respect their sleeping schedule. Meaning, if you're up at 8 a.m. and your alarm goes off around 6 or 7 times, you should probably get your ass up and get dressed. And another thing that you want to establish with your roommate is personal property and basically property that you can share. So one of the things that you do want to do is talk to your roommate about them being able to use your stapler, your pencils, your pens, your notebook paper, and stuff like that. And tell them, hey, you can't use my laptop or my pillow or towel, or stuff like that. And that's basically one of the things that you do want to address with your roommate. Another thing that you have to address with your roommate is food. One of the things that happens most often than not is your roommate will basically buy 1 or 2 bags of chips, and then you're over here buying milk, juice, crackers, cookies, cereal, and at the end of the day, they end up eating most of your crap, and you're like, bro, what the hell? So one of the things that you do want to do is talk to your roommate about how food's going to work. You don't want to be the person that buys all the food, and you also don't want to be the person that munches off of other person's food. So one of the things that you do want to do is talk to your roommate about what items y'all would like to share or contribute to. Another thing that you want to talk to your roommate about is chores. I know it doesn't sound like a lot and it sounds pretty simple, but chores might end up being something that just gets annoying after a while. So one of the things that you do want to talk to your roommate about is chores, whether it's cleaning the kitchen cabinets or cleaning the restroom. You don't want to be stuck with cleaning the restroom and the kitchen and the room itself. You don't want to be stuck with that throughout the whole semester. So one thing that you do want to do is talk to your roommate about chores. And the last thing I want to talk about is finals, midterms, homework, and tests. That's basically when it's your crunch time and you don't want any noise, you don't want people talking, you don't want people watching TV, you don't want people on their cell phones listening to music, you just want quiet. And one thing that you need to establish with your roommate is that whenever you're doing your homework, test, studying for midterms or finals, tell them that they need to be quiet or they need to get out. Shh, and let me do my work. So it's basically the same thing with the sleeping schedule, how they don't have to go to sleep, they just have to be quiet. I'm not saying they need to join you and study with you, but they need to respect your needs and let you study. And yeah, and the number one thing that you need to establish with your roommate is privacy. privacy, privacy, privacy. But one of the things that you do need to talk to your roommate about is boundaries when it comes to you and your significant other or your significant hand. So whether you're masturbating or you're having sex with your significant other or a random person, whoever it may be, if you're engaging in sexual intercourse of any kind, just tell your roommate and let them know that they should not walk in, because one thing you don't want to see, and one thing I'm pretty sure your roommate does not want to see, is the other person they're living with engaging in any kind of nasties that they don't want to see. So just give them a fair warning. You could put a note saying, hey, I'm walking the dog. That's what I'm trying to say. So thank you for watching, guys. I know this was a bunch of rants, and I don't know, this probably didn't make sense at all, but if it did, yeah. Okay. Bye, guys.